Throughout American history, new media has always reshaped society. Radio united the country during the Depression. Television brought the Vietnam War into American living rooms. And in 2017, a free video game from North Carolina became the next chapter in that story. As Fortnite's dominance grew, Epic Games built one of the most profitable and controversial digital economies in American history. Fortnite didn't start as the game the world came to know. First announced in 2011, it spent nearly 6 years in quiet development before anyone could play it. When it was finally launched in early access, it wasn't even a battle royale. It was a cooperative survival game called Save the World, where players built forts and fought zombies. Despite the cartoonish look, every player drops into the island with nothing but a pickaxe. No weapons, no resources, and no advantages. From that shared moment of zero, every single player's experience begins the same way. They just want the coolest pickaxe. When these cosmetics first launched, the only way that you could buy them was through V-Bucks, Fortnite's privatized in-game currency. It started off simple, with only a few skins or a couple of dances in the item shop any given day, but the storefront never stopped growing. Launched in early 2018, the hashtag BoogieDown contest turned the community into choreographers. This invited players to submit real-life dances to be featured as in-game emotes. Arguably the most important submission of this contest is the Orange Justice emote. The dance was originally created by influencer Roy Purdy, and as a result from this contest became so massive that it even became part of NFL history. This moment proved Fortnite was reshaping youth culture. It was no longer just a game played in isolation, but a collaborative, mainstream, social platform where American youth actively dictated the trends of digital entertainment for all. The COVID-19 pandemic acted as a massive catalyst for this shift, trapping millions of American youth at home and transforming Fortnite from a popular video game into a critical social lifeline. During this period of isolation, the platform solidified its role as a mainstream cultural hub, hosting massive virtual events that redefined the boundaries of digital entertainment and community. This cultural momentum reached a new peak in April of 2020 with the Travis Scott Astronomical in-game concert event. Attended by over 12 million players concurrently during its live premiere, the Astronomical event was a masterclass in modern digital commerce and entertainment. By debuting a brand new track and launching an exclusive line of virtual merchandise directly inside the game's ecosystem, Travis Scott successfully bypassed traditional media and physical venues entirely. The event ultimately generated a reported $20 million in revenue, proving to corporate America that Fortnite had evolved into a premier commercial platform capable of rewriting the financial playbook for major industry launches in the 21st century. It was also notable as the direct evolution of a cultural shift that began 2 years earlier with a single record-breaking night. In March of 2018, Drake, one of the most commercially successful musicians in American history, jumped into a Fortnite livestream with streamer Ninja.
Sure, we are about to break Twitch.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. What's the record? Do you even know?
You know what's crazy is that low taper fade, meme.
Yet, the desperate urge to own a piece of these cultural moments turned Fortnite's storefront into an aggressive financial pressure cooker, driving kids to swipe their parents' credit cards just to keep up. By 2018, American newsrooms were full of stories about children raiding their parents' bank accounts. Across the country, parents opened their financial statements to discover hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars in unauthorized V-Bucks purchases, executed by kids who didn't fully understand that the digital tokens they were clicking had real-world financial consequences. In 2022, the Federal Trade Commission fined Epic Games $520 million. This was one of the largest consumer protection settlements in US history. The FTC found Epic had used manipulative dark pattern tactics targeting children and charged minors without parental consent, violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. When the federal government intervenes at that scale, it becomes history. The settlement set legal precedent for how the United States regulates digital commerce and protects children online, and is still shaping legislation in Congress today. Recently, in June of 2025, the FTC sent 969,000 payments totaling more than $126 million to Fortnite players in the US who were charged for unwanted purchases. But it wasn't just the federal government that was forced to pause and watch this machine. It was the entire country, culminating in a moment where Epic Games did the unthinkable and turned the entire universe off. In October of 2019, Fortnite ended its original era in a live event watched by millions. A rocket launched, a black hole swallowed the island, and then the game went completely offline for 2 straight days. A video game going dark was treated as a major national news event, and that is historically significant. Fortnite is still here, and so is its massive footprint on the United States. The celebrity crossovers, the record-breaking streams, the massive virtual concerts, and the black hole itself were moments when an entire generation gathered to create culture together, proving that Fortnite had become America's dominant social institution. That is my first piece of evidence. The V-Bucks economy, the credit card bills, and the historic $520 million federal fine prove that this culture carried massive political and regulatory consequences. That is my second. Fortnite isn't just a game, it is a case study into how American culture, American commerce, and American government all had to adapt to a world no one saw coming.